What is up, guys? Today we're talking electric composters here. I have the GEME electric composter over here, and then I have this little smaller one, this 4-liter kitchen composter over here. They're both electric composters, but designed differently. I'll tell you what I mean. The smaller one here, this is 4 liters in size, and this works really well in the kitchen. Yes, it works differently than a true compost does. What it does is, in this machine right here, I'll open it up. You can see inside, there is a kind of bin right here, this cast iron bin. At the bottom of this is a blade that will spin around. It gets very hot, and what it does is it basically heats up whatever it is you put inside of this, heats up to a point where it's able to be dried out, and that blade that spins around will cut up into tiny pieces and create what it calls compost. And you use that in many different ways. It works really well in this case. It works on the kitchen counter, and it does a great job. But there are some downsides to this, where depending on what type of food waste you're putting in here, it may or may not get stuck. It may be too big, it may be too wet, it may be even too dry. So you have to make sure what you're putting in here is the correct size and the correct amount of moisture. Also, in a family of 4, I was using this every single day, and it worked really well. If you have a small family and you don't use too much food waste, you can use this every single day overnight, and it'll work out really well. As long as you follow the rules to use this, it'll work out really well. But over time, I found out I was using this more often, and I would fill up halfway through the day, even at 4 liters. And it got old really quick how often I was emptying this out and putting it into the green waste. Now, this one right here, on the other hand, this GEME over here, you can see that this is a beast of a compost here. This is a true compost machine here. Now, let me open this up and show you what I mean. Down inside of this, you can see it has the spinning, rotating blade inside of that. And what this does is, it does not work like this smaller one does down here, where it dehydrates and uses a blade to cut it up. It uses microbes from a packet like this here, a cobalt packet that's basically all sorts of nutrients, all sorts of microbes, all sorts of bacteria inside. That's sort of like a husk-like material that you pour inside of this, and it creates that compost for you. That mixed with electricity, and it speeds up the process. And it's super simple to use. I do want to mention, though, how big this machine really is. It comes in at a whopping 38 pounds, so it is heavy. It's meant to be placed in the corner and left there for a long time, but it is big. If you look inside here, you will fill this up with a lot, all the way up to the line up here. That's your max fill line. When you have compost up here, that's when you want to start empty it out. Really simple here. Love the design of this. This is a big machine. It comes in at over 25 inches tall. It's 12 inches wide and 18 inches long. So it is a big machine designed to hold a lot for one time. So you don't have to empty this out every single day. Unlike this smaller one down here that you will pretty much use every single day and empty it every single day. This will hold much more. Now, what's great about this is you do plug it in and you get this little control panel right here. If you turn it on, you hit the power button right here. You have a nice little display right here. And you have these different buttons here. The power button turns it on and off. You have a dehumidified button right over here, which works when you notice that you have a lot of clumps inside of this, where it's not completely composted. It looks a little wet. You want to dehumidify it to dry out a little bit more. You want to push that button. Over here, the deodorize button, if you notice that it's starting to smell a little bit more than usual, which it shouldn't do, what you want to do is push that button, and for a few hours, it will deodorize the inside. So that's actually really nice. Now, to use this is very simple. You have to use the microbes. This bag right here that it comes with, you have to replace this every few months when you're done with the compost. And what you do is you open this up just like this. Open this lid here. You want to take 1 packet of this here, and you open it up. And inside you can already see it's kind of like dirt. It's filled up with a lot of microbes and nutrients of all you need for composting. And you just pour the entire bag inside. Just like that, the whole bag is inside there. Now what you do need is 800 milliliters of water here. So I'm going to go ahead and pour 800 milliliters of water inside. Just like that. And from here, you close this up here, and you have to wait 6 hours. So let's wait 6 hours. I'll gather a lot of green waste and put this in, and then we'll test it, and I'll show you how it looks. Okay guys, so it's been 6 hours. It's been about 12 hours. So let me go ahead and open this up and show you inside right here. There is that microbe compost combination inside. It's kind of mixed with water now. So now let's go ahead and put some food in here. First off, right over here, I've got some rice right here that's just been laying around here. I'm just gonna kind of break it up as I put it inside here, just like that. And like this here. I've got a ton of beans over here. And of course, I've got strawberries here that are pretty bad now. So I'm just gonna pour that all in. And I've got some broccoli here that's starting to go bad that I'm not going to use. And whenever you use this, you don't want to throw it in like a big giant clump like this. You do want to break it up at least into some smaller pieces just like this. You see that? Like this, and just toss it in like that. Here's another head right here that you do want to break up. You don't want to leave it into big giant clumps here. So go ahead and do that. Just like that. Take a look inside. See all that green waste right there? So let's go ahead and close this up. Come back in about 12 hours or so. And it should just do its thing. You don't have to push anything. It just does it all by itself. Okay guys, so look at that. It's been about an hour here. So I just want to show you what it looks like so far. So let me go ahead and open this up. And let's go ahead and shine a light in there so you can see. Look at that. It's already kind of composting things into pieces. You can see the broccoli and some strawberries and all those nuts that I put in there earlier. But it's starting to do it already after an hour. So that's great. So I'll come back in a few hours and hopefully this all turns into true compost here. Okay guys, so it has been about 7.5 hours here. So I just want to show you how it looks right now. Let's go ahead and open this up here. Open this up right there and take a look at this inside here. You can see a lot of it has already composted. You can see I've got some beans still in there, but the big pieces, the big hunks of broccoli, looks like it's all gone. The strawberries that were in there, the rice looks like it's all gone as well. Pretty awesome. It's still composting here, but it's already done a really great job.
We hope this review helps.